Hi, my name is Sia. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm 29 years old, and this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for coming down from Oklahoma. So what do you do for a living up there?
I'm in table games.
Table games, so the casino life, yeah?
Yes.
What do you do?
Right now I'm just in blackjack, but
Yeah.
I can deal almost anything.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's something we haven't had that position before.
Mm-hmm.
What are you making in this position?
Well, I'm making 13 an hour base rate, and I'm just started.
That seems. Oh, well, you just started. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what does it typically go up to? What are your colleagues making?
I haven't asked, but I worked at this position like kind of recently in the past couple of years, and it was about like 1,500.
You left and then came back.
Yeah.
Okay, so $13 an hour. How many hours a week?
Each day is 7.5 hours.
And how many days?
5 days a week.
Now, how many days or weeks a year do you take off? Is there paid time off? What does that look like?
There is paid time off, but it's kind of hard to get it considering like you're in the casino business and they want you on weekends, and then people are fighting for weekends. It's hard to just get.
How often do you take time off? I'm just trying to calculate where your yearly is so we can then just... Okay, well, let's just times this by 4. Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
That would be $1,950 a month before taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like what you're making?
I haven't made my first paycheck yet.
Oh, but you've worked the job before.
Yeah, I've worked there before.
What were you making in the previous position hourly?
It was because I was a supervisor. I made $13.30, and then plus tips, which is very rare because generally other table games they have a set rate for supervisors.
We'll just say $1,950 a month.
Okay.
Which, by the way, it's $23,000 a year. How are we surviving? Oklahoma's not the highest cost of living state by any means.
No, it's not. Mm-mm.
That's
Okay.
a very low income. Also, I should bring up before you answer,
Mm-hmm.
just brought to our attention, someone was going to be sitting with us today.
Yeah.
We've decided that's no longer going to be the case, unfortunately.
That's
I would
correct.
never encourage it, but I'm sad to hear. And it's because we were going to look at a dual income situation.
Mm-hmm.
We are now headed towards that marriage is no longer going to exist.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So you need context, and this is where the context is going to come in.
Sure.
So basically, I've been in tables since 2017. In 2019, my grandma passed away. I went out to North Carolina, and that's where my tribe is, Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians.
Okay.
So I went for the funeral, but then I met cousins, and they were in table games. And it's a big casino because, like, for me, I didn't grow up there. I grew up in Oklahoma with my mom. She's Comanche. So basically, I go out there. I basically, because of my money situation, I've never really had to reel myself in, if that makes any sense. Because I've always just kind of had excess ever since I've been an adult.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. So I go out there, then we go into one room, and then COVID happens. Then I'm able to move into my grandma's house, but it wasn't completely emptied out. So it kind of felt like it wasn't my space. And I was paying my dad some rent, like $500 a month. So I was helping out. But then my grandma here, she got sick, and she's like my mom.
How's she doing?
She didn't make it.
I'm really sorry.
So whenever I heard that, I was so angry. So angry. And now that she's passed, I realized I was so scared of losing her. So that whole time, I haven't been myself.
Since when?
Since I found out, like at the end of 2021 and beginning of 2022.
It's a while now. That's like leading into 2 years now.
She had cancer. I came out here. And then earlier this year, she got pancreatic cancer.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was fast, but in your heart, sometimes you just know, right? I knew I had limited time with her.
Refill, please.
So basically, I was just surviving.
Yeah.
I've been just surviving ever since then. I started table games jobs when I wasn't in the right mindset. Tried not to be in positions of power, but I felt like I could help. So I stepped up even though I wasn't ready to. And so now I'm just dealing. I'm not in craps right now. I have.
Go ahead.
And I was depressed for a really long time.
Yeah.
She passed away in July.
Oh, geez, of this year?
So basically what you're seeing right now, I'm getting
so sorry.
out of the depression. And I started watching your videos on TikTok. And like, I was like, let me just put my situation in, because my grandma, if there was any kind of big major situation, it was going through her. I don't have someone that has any kind of financial knowledge that I trust.
So do you feel like in your life at this point, you have any parental type figures at this point, or do you feel kind of on your own?
Like,
when it comes to that kind of support.
When the interesting thing is, like, everyone views me as the parent.
Okay. You're the mature one.
I'm the mature one. I'm the one that...
Yeah. So you obviously came back to Oklahoma for her, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You went from North Carolina. Do you want to stay in Oklahoma? Is there any reason for you to stay in Oklahoma anymore? Or is there somewhere you would rather go? Do you want to go back to North Carolina? Do you want to pursue something else? Or do you want to pursue a career in this casino industry?
Well, it's kind of like I have all the games. There's like really nothing more for me to learn. And then I've gone up to supervisor positions and I've seen what it looks like up there. And I don't want to be a part of that political.
Yeah, but what do you want to do?
I don't know what I want to do.
You don't know. Okay. And that's okay.
But
nothing wrong with that.
Well, see, here's the thing is like, I'm going to go ahead and give you my score. I think it's at least a 2.
Really?
I have a house and it's paid off.
2's going to help. Whoa, paid off house.
It's a little.
What's it worth?
It's like when I bought it, it was like for $33,000. It's a little baby house.
What's it worth now?
I have no clue.
When did you buy it?
About 10 years ago.
10 years ago? Yeah. You bought a house at 19?
I have per cap.
Yeah. Which, okay. So you obviously can take advantage of different programs, right?
No.
Across the board? No?
No. Because I'm not in that area.
You have to be, oh, okay.
So like I'm Comanche and I'm a descendant, and sometimes just being native, I can get benefits, but I get the most benefits of being in North Carolina on my tribe.
Well, so why not? Okay. Do you want to go back to North Carolina? I'm not saying just chase the benefits, but like.
Well, but it's so difficult because basically it's like a reservation, but they call it on the boundary. And it's not like you can go in and just get a house however you want to.
Where is your house?
My house is in Oklahoma.
Okay. Explain this.
So basically with Indian casinos, the gross revenue that's made, part of it goes back to Indian services and part of it goes back to the tribal members. Okay,
so that's pay. Mm-hmm. That's your pay. Mm-hmm. I thought there was some potential benefit of some kind as we were doing some investigations into that. It was just, a screenshot, so it's always a little harder for us to tell. But
yeah.
Okay, so that was pay from when or what? Or
so basically every tribe, like not every tribe gets per cap. And how my tribe is kind of how it has so much, I get this about twice a year, is because
extra on top of your pay.
On top of my pay.
Okay, see that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
So it is like a benefit. So twice a year. So you get an extra 15,000 hours a year.
Well, this year's a low year, but last year I got 20,000.
How does it dictate low or high?
Just how well the casino's doing.
Okay.
So that's my thing is like, I need to start getting financially together because I don't know how long the casino's going to do well for.
When does this hit?
It hits in June and then it hits in December. Gotcha. But what I've been doing is I've been doing the Gen Well because I get $800 a month.
Okay, so that comes out per month then instead of twice a year.
Yeah, so whatever is extra, I'll get in June and December.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. So you gave yourself a score of 2.
Yeah.
Even though the very first thing in front of me, I see a 18.5% interest rate on an account balance of $17,657.
Yeah.
What the f is that?
That was like, I need to get out of the house.
What is it though? What's the debt?
It's my car.
That's your car.
That's my car.
What kind of car?
It's a Chevy Spark 2020.
Year? So I need to get out of my house, so I borrow
because
tens of thousands at death, interest, insanity, kill me %.
It was so basically when my grandma passed away, I was gonna take over the payments on the car, which was like $600 something.
This car?
Not this car. It was like a Honda Accord hybrid.
Okay.
But then my mom, she wouldn't let it go. So then
okay.
I wanted to at least pay that $600, try to maybe refinance it, but then she let it go and I got repossessed. And in the midst, I'm like, I need to start getting out of the house. I need to start getting ready to get a job.
So you did not have a car at that time?
No. Well, no.
That just broke my brain. You said I need to start getting ready to have a job?
Yeah.
Getting ready to have a job? So that's when we go borrow $20,000 you had at the time?
Well, at the time.
With a minimum monthly payment of $414 at 18.5% interest rate to then go get a job? You didn't have a job first before at least taking this out?
I could see, here was the thing. When I apply with the experience that I've had, I get jobs fast.
Even still, that is a risk profile that is way beyond what I can comprehend and accept for myself.
Well, at the time, my husband was making enough money.
Right.
He was making enough money.
How is across the board, this last year,
yeah.
From this time last year to now, what has the household income been across the benefits, across your money, across his money? What has the household income been? Best guess.
So we could say, if we're going to say that this is going to be the $15,000, I worked from like January until the beginning of August at my other table games job. And then he's been basically getting about $1,800 per check on his checks.
Biweekly? Mm-hmm. So you guys aren't making a killing, but you've lost half the household. Also, you guys were going to come. You guys were going to come on.
Yeah.
What happened between your application and now? As the holiday season approaches, a lot of us will be spending more and more time with our families. If you're like me, you know how important it is to spend time with your loved ones. And also know how great it feels to make sure they're taken care of. Part of safeguarding your family's future involves planning for the unexpected. That's where life insurance comes into play. We've all known people in our own personal lives, just like mine, where family members or friends have lost a loved one. In that situation, I have personally seen life insurance be that extra safety net that has taken care of them. The holidays not only allow us to spend quality time with our loved ones, but they also serve as a reminder of our responsibility to take care of them. Life insurance provides that safety net, ensuring your family can cover essential expenses if something were to happen to you, like mortgage payments, student loans, and more. Today's sponsor, Policy Genius, can help you with just that. Policy Genius knows how valuable your time is. Their technology simplifies the process of comparing life insurance quotes from top insurers. It takes just a few clicks to find the lowest price. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options offer same-day approval and avoid unnecessary medical exams. Their licensed, award-winning agents are always available to help you find the perfect fit for your needs. They work for you, not the insurance companies, meaning their guidance is always trustworthy. For this reason, they have thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot. Your family deserves peace of mind, and a life insurance policy through Policy Genius can provide just that. Head to policygenius.com/Caleb Hammer or click the link in the description below to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save.
So, I had thought, well, here's the mindset. I knew these kind of questions were going to be asked to me, and I was like, well, I'm just chronically depressed and have chronic anxiety. But I've been going to therapy since I was 16. And when I go in there, there's really not much they can do for me because I can read my situations. A lot of it was was because I was trying to make my grandma proud. I was trying to be perfect, and I'm not perfect.
No one is.
But that was the kind of weight I had, because it was like, my mom, she gets per cap, but she don't get this kind of per cap. So there was a lot of shame in my money. There was a lot.
Via her?
Via her.
Okay.
Like, even before I got my big per cap, it was like, oh, I want a car. And then I realized these are triggers. I went on like a torrid spend, because I basically asked my husband, I was like, hey, I just want to cuddle. I need something. I need something. I gave it to him and he never reciprocated.
Okay.
And then after that happened, I beat feet, go into my room on the phone.
What, PV?
Beat feet, like I'm getting on torrid. I'm looking, I'm trying to find the comfort in it.
Yeah.
And then I realized after I ordered it, he's my trigger. He's what's causing all of these things of like, I'm spending money when I don't even really want to. And so I'm like, I need to get out of this. I've been talking about it with him for years. You need to go to therapy. You need to go to the doctor. He's gaining so much weight. I'm worried about him. And it's like I'm babying him and he needs to grow up. And I can't keep going down to his level trying to get him back up, because this is where it's got me. Okay. And that's essentially what it is. It's like I've had to break up with my best friends that I've known for years, because they keep using me. Like,
how so?
If it's not just money sometimes, but it's also emotional support. I'm the mother figure. I do what I can to make sure that everyone's okay.
Have you broken up with all your friends?
No, I have my best friend, Yvonne. Okay. She named her child after me.
Okay. And you guys are still friends?
We're still good friends, but she's the only one who's like not made me be an enemy.
Okay. Okay. So I have to interject. A little interjection in this video to talk about some, I guess it would be drama, but it actually pertains to this episode. Not drama, I don't know. At the point in the episode that you're seeing right now, you know that she is blaming everyone around her instead of taking accountability for things. Like, everyone around her is in the wrong, not her, except for her, best friend that is on her side. In these contexts of these episodes, they're the only ones here. I like to listen to them, try to understand their side, and be on their side as much as possible. Well, of course, if the other person from a different party is on, I can be a little more objective and back and forth. So, going with it, trying to support her as much as I can, as we'd support every guest. A couple days after this episode was recorded, we received an email from her saying that we are in the wrong, me and my team, that we are against her, that we are the evil ones, and we hope for her to not succeed, essentially. Really just manipulating the conversation, just like she was manipulating it around the original conversation, saying that everyone else is in the wrong. So I wanted to interject this video and just let you guys know just how this conversation was proceeding after the fact. And that's hard to do. We like to give guest updates and everything, and normally we wouldn't like just throw something like this out there, but in these conversations, and why I wanted to record this, it just clearly shows, and I know, you're gonna see this, and I hope you do. If every single person around you seems to be the problem, every single person, new people at different times, not collaborating, seems to be the problem, then maybe you're the problem. And you shouldn't manipulate the world in that kind of way, in that kind of headspace. It's counterproductive. It just doesn't work. And you need to work on self-change. So just wanted to interject this because it's an important part of the story that has continued to happen before the upload. So let's get back to the video.
And that's what it is. It's like there's the jealousy because I have money. Because I was married. Even though it wasn't happy, everybody had this view of perfection.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just not have to deal with my husband and his issues if he's not going to get it up. Because I want a family one day.
Okay. And you recommended and talked about couples therapy?
we've done couples therapy, and I gave him the date. Like, okay, put the date in your phone, and it went by. That was his responsibility to meet me halfway, and he wasn't on top of it.
How long have you guys been married?
For 4 years.
I'm sorry. It's really difficult. It's really hard. Obviously, when it comes to all the friends things, the mom thing, the husband thing, I just have to, be the person from the outside perspective and just say, we're only hearing your perspective, your side. Yeah. But as you're the one here on the table, we're obviously going to listen to you and what you're saying with it. And we're just going to go off your perspective for the conversation. So I'm really sorry. That's hard. That's really difficult. And that's something I would never want anyone to go through, any kind of breakup, whether it be friends, whether it be a spouse, anything like that. And the separations and family, it's very hard. Very hard. And I'm glad to hear you at least try to take steps in the relationship side of it, of trying to go to couples therapy and have conversations. It wasn't something where it's like I was done. It was like, this has been on my head for years. No, he was going to come here.
He was going to come and he was going to, sit. But then it was just kind of like, I got to do this journey on my own. I'm picking peace over chaos.
When's the divorce?
We haven't said anything. I kind of want to get us both kind of out of debt, out of like as best as we can before we get out.
We'll see. I don't know. So we're going to use the dual income together to get each other out of debt? He's
not my enemy.
I know. But if we've decided that we're not in it totally together for the end.
Yeah.
Are we using dual income, your income plus his income, to take care of your debt and then to take care of his debt?
Yeah.
So we're co-tackling debt before we separate?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is that? Okay.
Because if...
You can. You've decided to go your separate ways, meaning like financially we go our separate ways kind of, but I don't know.
He's still like my friend.
No, sure, but do your friends pay off your debts, and do you pay off your friends' debts?
I've helped my friends out a lot.
Come on, though.
You don't understand. I've helped out so much.
No, I know, but their debts aren't attached to you and your name, and you don't go and pay off every single one of their debts.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about helping here and there.
But I've asked him, and he said he would help.
Okay, you guys have your relationship.
That's my thing is I also want to, but not be fully on. He's going to help me 100%.
Yeah, I know. Talked about financial splits for the divorce, the house, and
the house goes to me, and he's already in his own apartment. He just got his own apartment.
Jeez, this happened quickly. It's not like you applied a long time ago.
No, it was like he on the 31st he saw the apartment. Then it was like put in an application, and that next day he was out. It's meant to be. I know it doesn't. It seems crazy, but it's just meant to be.
Is his name on the car loan?
Yes.
Okay.
Both of our names are on both of those car loans.
So the second one that I was about to bring up, this is another car.
Mm-hmm,
is this his car?
Yes, or it's a truck.
Okay, but your name's on it.
Mm-hmm, yes.
That sucks. What's the truck?
Chevy Colorado. I think it's a
year
2021.
We owe okay. $32,776.14. 813. You said he brings in $1,400 per paycheck?
No, he brings in $1,800.
$1,800 per paycheck, and his payment is $813 a month. That's insanity. Mm-hmm. That's insanity. Yeah, no wonder you guys are trying to do dual income, because it's just like, how would each of you survive on your own? It doesn't make any sense. God. So he brings in $3,600 a month. Yeah, the car payment alone, before taxes get taken out, before anything, the car payment alone is 23% of his income before taxes.
See, what kind of led to that decision was I was coming out to I was moving back from North Carolina. I was like, at the very least, let's get down to one vehicle, because at the time we were we'd come back full circle, but at the time it was like $1,200 a month for both of our vehicles, and it was just,
it still is.
but now I'm working. At the time, I wasn't going to work. I was going to take care of my grandma.
You really don't have a choice at this point.
So it was like go from 1,200 to 800.
How you guys were surviving before that? I really don't. I get the per cap comes in, but I mean that's not. Yes, a $15,000 bonus or raise essentially, if we calculate it like that's nice, but jeez, with these car payments, it's wild. Purple LLC mattress?
Yeah.
Okay.
We needed separate rooms, and I got my own mattress.
When was this?
Well, it's almost done. It's almost been a year.
Wait, so you've been separate rooms for a year? Off
and on.
Okay. You're right. It is almost done. I thought I had the interest somewhere.
That doesn't have interest on it.
Oh, it's interest free. Gotcha. So yeah, you've paid $1,283.21, and you have this is paid bi-weekly?
Monthly, but there were times where I kind of was behind.
Oh, so it's $241 a month?
No, that was a double payment.
Huh?
That was a double payment.
How much is it a month?
It's the $120.
Okay. I'm good with interest-free things, but the reason why I think you did this is because you just didn't have the money, because we don't make money, because we are in insane debts with insane minimum monthly payments. You finance it out of necessity versus finessing the system.
Sometimes I just spend money to spend money and not.
The purple was to spend money to spend money?
Not this one. This was necessary. That was necessary, but other situations, I just spend it to spend it.
Just one purple mattress, though.
One purple mattress.
Newegg. Computer?
For
you gaming?
Me, yeah.
What are you gaming?
Cozy games.
I don't know what that is.
That's like Stardew Valley. That's like,
Oh, you don't need much for a Stardew Valley. It runs on a Switch.
Well, then I also like Borderlands, too. Like all the Borderlands series.
I like Borderlands, too, as well. No, I like Borderlands as well. Okay. Was this a full build? Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Listen, dude. I'm playing City Skylines 2 on my gaming PC. A couple rooms over. I was playing it this morning. I love it. I'm going to play it this evening. I love it. It's great. I would never in my life come close to paying 35.98% interest rate on the machine to play that. Was this the entire computer?
No.
What was this?
This was just the computer.
Huh?
It was just the PC part.
What part?
Like the PC, the built part. It doesn't have the monitors. It doesn't have the...
This was the tower, though. So this was the entire computer.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
See, you talking words I don't know. And honestly...
That's how you got by Newegg, because you didn't even know what a PC meant.
Well, I kind of... And that's the thing is, I want to pay that off. That's one of the things I want to pay off first.
What's left on it? Oh.
Yep.
You've only paid $154.44. Can you pull up your phone? I know you have to turn it back on. Well, can you just pull up the order of this? Can I see the order? Can I see what you bought? So we owe $1,698 and death 85 cents at an insanity interest rate of kill me 35.98%, ruined my entire life. $77.22 minimum monthly payment. So they're stacking up. So you sent him a text?
Yes.
Okay. What the is this?
What is it?
Oh, collections?
Yes. A Vivint, I think.
What was this collections for?
Let me see. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it says Vivint on there.
Gotcha. That's what it was from originally?
Yeah.
Vivint.
It's like home security.
Oh. So is it super dangerous out there?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
I was not in a good area.
Was not?
No. Now I'm in like a slightly better area.
You still owe on this?
Yes.
Great. Why'd you not pay this?
When did I not pay it?
Why'd you not pay this?
A lot of it was because I moved into a family house. So I've been moving around from here to here to here to here. I was living at my grandma's house, my great grandma's house. I go in there, trashed, there's ARP money. There was $30,000 that we were going to get from the tribe that was going to go into the house to fix it up. I go in there. I help fix it up. But basically, the process just took forever. I didn't anticipate it taking that long. So I bought it to like just set, put up the sign, put up the doorbell. But by the time everything came around, I never was able to do it. And I just didn't talk to them to try to keep up with it, which is completely my fault.
Okay, so you just weren't organized. You didn't care. You just around? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Have you talked to them at all?
No.
Okay. So the new egg order went to your husband's email or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's the one that ordered it.
6-core CPU, 16 gigs, 3600 DDR4, WAM, 1 terabyte SSD, 3060. For the games you're playing, this is fine. This is fine. When you got boned on the pre-build, there's definitely a few $100 always added in there versus building it yourself. But
yeah. Okay.
Is this another collections?
No.
Or what is this?
It's the car. It's the same car.
So I already looked at this?
Yeah, you already looked at this. This Santander.
Goodness. So I already looked at this as
Yeah,
well,
and you already looked at that.
I think. Cool. This credit card, it looks like you pay it off.
That was just for 1 month. I was working really hard. And we'll get into that a little.
Well, get into it now. What?
Okay, so there's my grandma, when she passed away, I got money. I got some insurance money. So that's how I've been surviving, is her money. So I was like, okay, well, let's pay
How much money?
It was like 30,000. Okay. And I have 10,000 left.
And then, so there was a balance on this card and you've paid it down because of that? Okay.
Nope, I've brought it back up.
What's it at? And why? Well, you worked so hard, you used the money from her legacy to pay it off.
I know.
That's awesome. Why are we putting it back on? We can't do that. That's doing a disservice to yourself. What's the balance at today?
Every day I was taking like edibles and like high edibles.
Oh, jeez.
And I was gaming, dissociating out of it. And so I needed to go home. I needed to go to North Carolina. I needed to be people that care about me, because it's been bad at home.
What's the balance? I'm sorry.
I'm still using it like...
No. What's the balance right now?
I can't tell you because...
Well, let's pull it up then.
Because...
it's okay. Go. It's okay.
It's like almost maxed out. And like when I've been using like the Love's gas pumps, and they've been charging $1.75 instead of like $1 for the gas sometimes.
It's not almost maxed out. You owe $990. Mm-hmm. You could get a max of $1,800, so not as bad as I thought. Don't conflate that with me saying it's also not bad. It is very bad. On a $20 minimum monthly payment. Okay. Now, the APR on this good thing is 28.24%. If we're not paying that off every month, 28.24%. I take it we might not like to, but we vape quite often.
I quit vaping. I quit marijuana. I quit cigarettes.
Good for you. That's hard. Good job.
So hard.
Okay, tell me why you quit.
Because whenever I was like the anguish of my grandma passing away, nothing was fixing it. There was nothing I could do to numb it.
Why'd you quit though? Tell me why you quit.
Because I don't.
Why did you say, today I'm not going to smoke, today I'm going to stop? Tell me.
Because I'm choosing to live.
There you go. You're choosing to live because your life actually matters. I need you to understand that your future matters. You're a human being that exists on this planet with the rest of us. You get to live if you choose to. You deserve to have a good future. You have to work for it. When it comes to the different addictions of cigarette and vaping and, weed as well, I need you to know that though that's physically damaging to your body, obviously, this is also damaging to your future. If we're building up a balance again, it is taking your future away. So I need you to realize that you matter in just the same way as you mentally correlated with the cigarettes and everything.
Yeah.
Your future matters, and you're taking it away from yourself if we've paid off a credit card balance and we're immediately raking it back up.
Well,
I need you to know that.
Well, this is where it's like I'm choosing myself over everybody else. I'm choosing me. And this has been a process that not a lot of people like. And it's been like a battle. Like there's been a lot of control over me.
Well, I know this is easier said than done, but everyone else, okay?
That's why I'm breaking up with people.
we help people when we can in a healthy way. Absolutely. Best way to help people when you're in a bad situation is often getting yourself out of a bad situation, making sure you're in a sustainable situation, and then you're able to help people without being, dragged down as easily. In that same case, helping yourself, absolutely, but helping yourself doesn't equal when we can't pay off our credit card, going to Alta for $87, La Quinta Inn and Suite. Is that for here?
Yeah.
Is that for the travel here? Okay, so that's a good investment, and we'll cover that. And then the in and out, like we don't need that. We went into Buc-ee's, it looks like, and got a little soda of some kind.
I got ice.
Pop.
I got ice.
Ice?
I brought my own sodas and my drinks. Okay. I just need ice.
Burger King. Gordon Ramsay's food.
That was in North Carolina.
The vapor thing before you stop. The Joann stores, Torrid.com, Joann stores, Elite Nails, Peyton Corner store, $200. I didn't know what that was, but that's expensive.
Yeah.
Is that groceries?
No.
What is it?
Merch.
Huh?
Merch.
For who?
For my favorite streamer. I know. I did wrong.
You're only allowed to buy my merch if you don't have any debt, so you better never have even considered it.
So, I want to say, go see Peyton because I'm going to have to not be able to support her. But
support her via views. And you can also, does she stream? Where does she stream?
She streams on YouTube.
Okay. DoorDash, Torrid, Buffalo Wild Wings, Torrid. What's Torrid?
It's like plus size clothing.
Okay.
And like,
spend a lot of money there.
I have like no concept of my body because I lost like 60 pounds.
It's awesome.
But it wasn't like I worked for it. A lot of it was like the Ozempic. So I'm diabetic.
Oh, you're okay. Interesting. I haven't met anyone on that, to my knowledge.
Yeah, but it made me nauseous all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all your debt, right? No, we have a super secret debt, and we're not going to say what it is, but how much is it?
It's about $3,000.
Are you on a payment plan for super secret debt?
No.
How old is super secret debt?
It's a couple years old. I was like, before we came out to, before I came back out here, I'm like, I want to start getting it together. And then I was able to put in those documents, but then they needed information and I just never gave them the information. Life caught up to me. I didn't care.
If you care, hit that subscribe button because we're trying to get to 1 million subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. Thank you so much for 800,000 subscribers. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for being here. It means a lot, putting your situation on display. Putting it on display at the same time is we have a Chime credit builder. Yep. Okay, so for the credit building, like this is all I would do for you. Mm-hmm. If you want the effects of growing a credit card, and that's why I work with them, is because it's people in your situation. It just vibes with. Use the Fizz card. Close your credit cards. Close this bull. Use the Fizz card. It pays it off like it's a debit card every time.
Okay, hold on.
Do that. It's worth it. The benefits are more geared towards college students anyway, but it just works for your situation.
How do you spell that?
FIZZ. It's also in my description, so you can see it there.
Okay.
And then in the credit builder, we're going in. We're doing a Steam purchase and Sonic Drive-Thru, Makeup Geek, Buffalo Wild Wings. I mean, we're just spending. You owe the super secret debt. You have these insane 18.5% interest rates. You can't get to the divorce situation in your mind until we're fully out of debt as a pair.
Well, I don't want to go fully out of debt. I just want to at least do it to where we're car payments or his car payments his and my car payments mine.
Oh, okay.
So that'd be relatively fast. Like if I with the money that I have, I could get out of it. That's a lot of money.
You have $10,000.
I have $10,000. So like, as far as like all the little, like, the PC, the mattress, my per cap's going to come up.
Well, you got to stop spending money. Number one, spending money. Now, in a Chime checking account balance, you started with negative $84. Negative $84.
Yes.
ended with 0. This is transferring everything around. Apple bill of some kind. Sonic drive-through, Chili's, Manta subscription that you canceled, Crunchyroll that you canceled, AMC you had every subscription in the world that you canceled. Genwell program, what's that?
That's the $800 a month that I'm getting from the per cap.
Gotcha. And then purchase through Apple. Just spending, dude. So it's taking control of you. You have $2,000 in your checking account at the time of the statement, which is good. Glad to see that. What I'm not glad to see is we were drawing $100 from ATM. We don't know where that went. Freddy's, DoorDashing, Wingstop. God love. I don't know what that is.
That was when my grandma passed away. I had to it was both in our name, my house. So I basically had to file to get it in my name only.
Microsoft payment of some kind of $50. Affirming? What are you affirming? I didn't see a firm statement. What are you affirming? A firm payment of $120.
That's that's a PC.
Oh, that's Newegg? Newegg's through a firm?
Yeah.
Oh, that death interest rate's through a firm? Okay. Jack in the Box. Amazon. ATM withdraw $200. Amazon. Chief smoking. There's more. Netflix, Hulu. Canceled. Crotchet Corner, Joanne Store, Amazon, ATM withdraw $300. Who knows where the that went? And by the way, with the money that's coming out, there is not enough money coming in to support all this. Not even close. Buffalo Wild Wings, Olive Garden, Amazon, some Fidelity. Fidelity? What are you doing with Fidelity?
That's our internet.
Fidelity Internet, okay. And then withdraw of the ATM, $203. Where'd that go? There's another firm payment. Hulu, Amazon. Better cancel that Hulu. Amazon. And then your retirement is $436, which scares me. Scares the life out of me for your age. Terrifies me.
So when I was staying at my great-grandma's house, we didn't have a stove. So a lot of that spending was because we couldn't really cook.
Well, how long have you not been in the grandma's house?
I've been there for almost a year, so that's why we're spending so much.
Why are you not in your own house?
Because I just went under. Everything's been up in the air. Everything's just been unstable.
Why not get a cooktop, though? A cooktop, a relatively cheap cooktop, or a grill.
We do, and then we're just solo functioning. Like, getting up every day is really hard. Not just for me, but for my husband.
No, I get it. Trust me, I really do sympathize with it. I do. It's just going to be unproductive on my side of the table to just be like, oh, okay, everything's hard. So what I'm going to say, and
let me finish. I got to say one thing. As far as the stove was concerned, I should have just got the stove, but I had in that house bought a stove in 2016, and I didn't want to put money into that house to not get anything back in it. So it was just I was kept putting myself lower to them as far as my family that doesn't get the per cap. Be like, okay, well, I just don't have the money. That's easier to say than, no, I don't want to give you money. And that's been the shame over it. Okay. So when it comes to spending, I'm choosing peace. I'm going to have to work on functioning again.
You are, and work with your mental health therapist on this.
Yeah,
absolutely. One thing I just want us to get to at this point, the looking back, it's helpful sometimes to learn from it and not make mistakes. Well, let's not be weighted down from it. Let's not use it. Okay. I want to say as an excuse. I'm not saying you use it as an excuse. I bet there's a better word for it. Mm-hmm. But let's not excuse things. Let's take control now. Well, let's change our life. Let's do what's necessary to make your future better instead of just grabbing onto the past.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be a victim to my situations anymore.
Rule number 3, don't hold a credit card balance. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Rule number 4, cars you cannot afford. You've broken this twice. So we're breaking many rules to not be live someplace you can actually afford. You kicked the crap out of that rule. Good job. Killed it. You own a house. Right out. That's amazing.
It's not amazing because there's so much work that needs to be done.
Okay, but that comes with homeownership.
Yeah.
You own property. without.
And that's the thing.
Loan
why I wanted to talk about it was because there's a lot of native, like, I didn't grow up where my tribe is. So there's people getting like at the time, $100,000 worth of money. And that's how I was able to get a house that way. But I didn't have like a budget set aside for what you're talking about, is like, as far as like putting.
Again, yes, lots of things in the past. We're looking forward. Bum. That's a Netflix sound.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a lot of subscriptions, and we just can't afford them. So you're breaking rule number 10. You might or might not be breaking rule number 6. Stop around with work. If you're not making enough money there, we need to look at different career paths. We need to start knowing our own worth and pursuing different things in our own life to make sure we're making the money we need to hit our goals. I don't know if you're around there yet. We need to get to that part of the conversation. If you want to get your own rules for not being in the description below, shout out. Love it. Super fun. I love creative stuff like that. When it comes to your, I've thrown some of your stuff on the floor accidentally that I didn't mean to.
Sure.
Okie dokies. Yeah, total spending. What'd you say you brought in again? Once you get a paycheck, $1,900 a month. Yeah, $8,849 went out. That's bad. A lot of that on debt, like the credit card. Transportation, 17%, or $1,561, which is about half of what you make a month, by the way. Necessary food, $713. That's not crazy. For one person, it's definitely a lot, but if that was for two, it's not. Food going out to eat, $362. Unknown shopping, that is typically Amazon or Walmart or Target, because you don't necessarily know what it went to. A lot of it was Apple spending. The corner store that we talked about.
That was like a one-time purchase. So I was just...
Well, it happened, and guess what? That one time did not go to your debt. And then $537 to Amazon. All that unknown crap, that was 15.4% of your spending, or $1,369. Miscellaneous bullshit, that's taquitos, that's smoking, 7.6%. $681. $681 went to taquitos and or smoking. $681. Divide that by your pre-tax income, $1,500. That is 35% of your spending. 35% of your income, sorry. Other large purchases was just about what you bring in a month of $3,389, so 38% of your spending. And that was Torrid, ATM withdrawals, a lawyer thing, Academy Sports, Animal Hospital, which, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Animal Hospital, what I would recommend for that, and for really anyone, because it saved me thousands of dollars, dude, pet insurance.
Well, and that's because I've been on TikTok, and it was like there's been like horror stories, and I don't know which ones.
Of pet insurance?
Yeah, because it'd be like, we do this, and then we don't even get our money back.
I don't partner with them, but I've had good situations a few times now with Lemonade.
Okay.
So, no, I just use them as a private customer. No partnership, nothing. Saving that money. I love when my money is making more money, and the SoFi high yield savings account I use has 4.6% interest on that money. It's the savings account I personally use for my tax money that I set aside and other money that I just want to be building while it's just sitting there. And you can get bonuses by signing up all the way up to $250 by using my affiliate link in the description below. And it's not just because they're my affiliate. I personally use them. They're great. I've had a great experience with them so far. And I only recommend those who I like working with and who I like using. So if you have money sitting in savings, have that money make some more money and use that high yield savings account. Link in the description below. 4.6% and bonuses all the way up to $250. Okay. Yeah, your spending's out of control. It's not even close. It's with the car then. I don't know, with your credit score, but then again, the interest rate's at 18.5. So you might be able to.
I just wanted to pay it off this next year.
You could do that, but we could also just get it under a new lender so he can get off of it. You can also renegotiate with your current lender as well. And the same thing for him. I don't know where his credit score is, and the interest rate might be higher than 11.33%.
Yeah.
Either way, I doubt his car's worth $32,000 at this point. Maybe it is, but
because we're driving so far to get to work, there's a lot of high mileage on it.
Has he ever missed a payment for anything in his life?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't want you to pay this truck. I need to start. I am selfish about your situation. because you're the only one sitting here, I want you to do well. So I don't want you to pay off his debt. I want you to get out of debt, get a fully funded emergency fund, and start saving for retirement because you have nothing in retirement.
Well, but that's like we're married. I am obligated. I am.
You're getting divorced. You decided you're separating. You're deciding you're not being together forever.
I know. That's really hard.
It is. It is. It is incredibly difficult. But you were the one that made that decision, right?
Yeah, I had to.
It wasn't mutual.
No.
So you're the one that made that decision. Now, with that comes, but you are on the title. Yeah. So that's a conversation that needs to be had. Yeah. You can get off of it or you can take care of it. But that's like doubling your debt. That's doubling your debt. Do you have anything else in collections, or was it just that Vivient?
I wanted to also, like, this went past collections, but I wanted to get my transcript, and it was about like 5,000, like 6,000 high to owe for one semester. You owed that still? Yeah, that was like years ago. And it fell off collections, but it's still owed to get your transcript? Yeah. Yeah. What's your transcript? I mean, it was from USAO. And I didn't really... For what? Did you graduate? Do you have some credit hours? How many credit hours and to what type of coursework? I don't remember. Like, when I first got there, I wanted to be a music major. Okay. And then I went into music theory, and I'm like, they didn't teach me music theory at all. I was this choir. Takes a while to get into it. Yeah. I excelled in my music theory classes. Mm-hmm. I liked them. Everyone else usually sucks at them. That's the stuff I was actually into. Yeah. It's fun. I get it. Not going to have a really good career out of that. Yeah. Unless you're just one of the rare composers that makes it. Unless you go get your doctorate and you go back to teaching. Even still, you don't make a ton. So, like, I mean... At the time, I really wanted to be a music teacher. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I really do support that. But that's at the time. Now, you want to use those transcripts, transfer them somewhere else, and take advantage of... Now, are you able to take advantage of free college through Tribal? So, basically, since I went so bad and, like, I would let things get in the way. Like, I let them get in the way. I didn't put myself first. Yeah. I need to have, like, a couple good semesters. So when I was in North Carolina, I was putting in those good semesters. Then I come out here and it just fell off. But I don't really know what I want to do. 10 years ago, things were so different whenever I, got out of school. Now it's like, what's good? You say nursing, but I see all, like, the struggle of, like, how much work they have to go through. You gotta work to make money in our culture. But not where it's, like, at the lives of the patients. And that's... What do you mean? Because they're so Are you gonna neglect your patients? Well, if the workload is overloaded and it's stacked against you, you have to choose your workplace. Yeah. But you do. My mom's had a lot of different nursing jobs. Some places sucked. She left. She got better positions. Yeah. That's going to happen in any industry. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it sucks that's more, put on the patients, as you said, of course. But there's also alternatives. There's trade schools. There's certifications. I love tech certifications through things like Course Careers. There's a lot of options. We can go back to school as well. We can Okay, so what I would recommend is taking some online quizzes. They might cost a little bit of money, but they're like, what do you want to do for a living? And they answer a bunch of questions, and they put you down a couple paths. And then figure out what is needed to go down those paths. Because right now, this is hard. You do pay property taxes, correct? So part of, like, that $20,000 was to pay the back property taxes on it. So it's caught up now. What do you pay a year or month or however it is in property taxes? It's just once a year. It's usually around, like... You pay it annually though, right? Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, I should. How much is it a year? It fluctuates between like $700 and $800. A year? A year. Whoa! I'm moving there. My goodness. $700-800 a year. Ridiculous. We'll say 800. All right, let's put that in your monthly budget, so we're saving for it. $66 a month in property taxes. Wow! That's incredible. Home insurance? I don't have home insurance. I would consider getting home insurance. Okay. I know you don't need to because you don't have a loan on it, but I'd get home insurance. Okay. Let's call that $50 a month. Health insurance through work? I do have health insurance. Don't have it yet, but I'm also Native and I'm close to Indian Health Service. So
is that where you get therapy?
Yeah.
So it's free?
Yeah.
Good. Medications?
I only have to pay $10 a month for my sensor.
Good. So you're diabetic, right? Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay. Type 1, type 2?
Type 2.
Okay. One thing I struggle with that I'm personally trying to do that might be worth considering as we're starting this new chapter in life, getting on workout and diet plans as well, just for long-term health, because I want you to live the long life. Like, what's the point if we're going to go through all this, we're going to work our off, and we're going to save for retirement, and if we're going to live a shorter life, right?
Well, see, and that's the thing. It's like at the beginning of the years, like, say, April, I was like, I could tell my body's not right. And I started going to the doctor, and she's like, you got about 5 more years living this way, and then you're going to go down.
Wow. From just diet and lack of exercise?
Yeah. Like, wow. So when you're saying, like, dying at, like, on the Walmart floor, like, that would be a privilege. Yeah. So, this is hard putting me first because I don't see a lot of the future as far as like, but that's because I was striving for stuff that was, unrealistic. Maybe being married wasn't really something I wanted. It was the image. I do love him, but he's not father material, Okay. So when I think of things like that, I'm choosing me first. This is the beginning of the journey. These are the steps. Part of that money, like, I paid off my phones. Oh, I do have one more. My iPad.
How much?
I had to, like, go through a whole process with Verizon because I switched from Mint Mobile, and whenever...
You switched from Mint?
It switched to Mint from Verizon. So when I had my login for Verizon, I had to switch everything. So I think it's like $500.
Interest?
0% interest, but
monthly
I'm paying.
Payment?
So I basically I was paying on my sister's iPad, and I had to cancel that. It looks like it's going to be $55 a month for my iPad.
Okay. What's your phone bill? You said 50 or 55?
It's about 55.
Okay. What's your phone payment?
We're doing the unlimited, so it's like $30 a month.
Good. See, Mint saves a lot of money.
For sure. It was like $250 whenever I've been putting things into practice. Like, I put with the money, I paid off the phone so we could have a lower phone bill.
Groceries, and you're on your own now, right?
Yeah. Now,
obviously, you're in a decreasing caloric desire, right? Okay, let me rephrase that. You're trying to eat better and have your caloric intake.
I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just trying not my sugar to go up high.
Well, wouldn't you?
So that's like my thing is I don't want to lose weight. I just want to know.
Well, can I ask you why you don't want to lose weight? I'm not going to challenge you on it. I just want to know.
It's like a safety, if that makes sense. I've used that as my safety for a while, and I don't recognize myself anymore.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to lose weight, it's going to cost more money to maintain.
Then I think about weight loss, like skin surgery.
Okay.
That's kind of my fear of.
But also, I mean,
that's a lot to maintain.
Again, I'm not going to push back on it again, but wouldn't it be awesome to be in a place where you don't need the sensor in your arm anymore?
And that's why I'm focusing on my diabetes. That's important to me first, opposed to I need to look a certain way.
I'm not talking. Yeah. I don't. No, I'm not. I haven't mentioned once looks.
Yeah.
That's not a part of the conversation. I'm just talking long term. And dude, I got the thickness. I'm not the person to even talk about this. But still, I'm just planning on a grocery budget. What are we trying to do?
I have no clue because I've lived in excess. I've been
okay. I'm giving you $400 a month.
Okay.
Toilet paper, everything else you need for the house, I'm giving $100.
Okay.
Okay, car insurance, just yours.
Let's see, because before it's about I think 120 if we split it.
Utilities?
Let's see, the internet's was like that 98, so about 100 was the 98.
And electricity and gas?
Since I just moved back into my house, let's see.
Yeah.
So electricity is about 164, but that was kind of with like the AC running, but then the heater, I don't have central heat in there, so it's just.
What are you doing for heat?
Little space heaters.
It's gonna be expensive on the electric bill.
That's like.
Okay, so I'm gonna maintain it then, because it's gonna be expensive to heat as well. What's the square footage of this house? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms?
3 bedrooms. It's like a 1.5 bath, a 2-car garage.
It's like 1,200 to 1,500 square feet.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay. Let me add up your debt payments. Your minimum monthly payments.
Oh, did you put water on there?
How much? Yeah, water, gas, sewer. What is that?
Water is just go ahead and put 90. The gas is about 40.
What about like trash and stuff?
Trash is included with the water.
Okay. Your debt minimum monthly payments. Do I add? Well, do I add his? I don't know. Okay. I'm not gonna add it in the overall. I'm gonna make him a separate category.
Okay.
So let's put in the budget $813.81 just for the argument's sake. His debt. Now let's see your minimum monthly payments. $414, $36.
Oh, and my student loan payment.
Oh! What are you doing?
I sent it. I swear I sent it. Because I just saw it on there. I did start paying on it, and it's $53 a month.
How much do you owe in the student loans?
Like,
what's your total balance?
Like $5,000.
Is that what you were talking about earlier?
No.
So it's an additional $5,000? Yeah. These are federal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me. Luckily, because you do not have rent, you do not have mortgage, which is big time help here. What about gas?
Oh, that's
just for you. Just for you. How much?
I think that would be like about $150 a month, and then like tolls.
It's not bad. How much in tolls?
It's about like $2 a day.
Okay, so 60.
Yeah.
Add that in. Okay, $2,123 to survive on a monthly basis without his car payment. Mm-hmm. Add his car payment, or basically up to $3,000, which gives you an extra $1,000. So whatever you decide is from there. I would rather him take care of his, you take care of yours.
Okay.
Get out of this situation. If you take care, if you do yours, you're obviously going to do smallest to largest.
Well, and here's another thing I wanted to talk about is I don't have, our water heater went out.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, it's it's okay.
It's just frustrating.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It's just frustrating because I've gone to all these places and I've fixed things and I get comfortable and then I gotta move out.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna lay it on you. Fun fact about a house: break all the time. That's just a part of home ownership.
Yeah.
It's stressful because everything's adding up. Totally get that.
Well, see, here's the thing. My family was in there. They wrecked the kitchen. They wrecked the bathroom.
A lot of stuff has happened in the past. Remember, we're here now. We're looking in the future. Not including his debt. Not including the extra $5,000 you owe to get a transcript. $30,237. If you do not include his minimum monthly payment in yours, not including interest either, but also not including the snowball of minimum monthly payments going towards it as you pay it off, which will help offset it. So we're just gonna do a basic guesstimate just to give you an idea of what things could look like. You fully follow my budget. You do not have paid for fun. You can have fun, not paid for fun.
Okay.
You also probably go get a second job and make more money. But either way, don't have his car payment. You have about $1,800 left on a monthly basis. That takes 16 months to pay off, 17 months to pay off, which actually is not that bad.
Yeah.
It is actually not that bad.
And
that's because you don't have a mortgage, you don't have rent. Water heater, how much is it going to cost?
The water heater, we had someone come out and they said it was going to be about $2,000.
Cool. Take from the $10,000, pay for that.
Okay.
Use the $10,000, put aside $2,000, so $2,000 for that, $2,000 for that, $6,000. Throw the $6,000 in here. Boom. Awesome. What does that do? That's going to take it from 17 months to like 15 months. That's awesome. 17 to 15. That's great. That we're getting closer and closer. Add a job on top of that. Just work your butt off. Work.
Yeah.
Bring it down to a year. That's incredible.
Okay.
A year in your life has changed. Add your husband to this. That doubles the debt. That's going to extend this to, 3 years.
Yeah.
Because the debt on that car is insane. That's for him to figure out at this point. Even though you're on the title, that's why we need to have a conversation, get you off the title by him. Renegotiating with the lender or taking out a new loan for it.
Well, as far as like when like refinancing or getting off the title, it would have to be a refinance, right? Like to get off a title.
It's definitely the more common way, yeah.
So like when you look at refinance, like companies, like which ones do you kind of trust or like because there's like my grandma's old school, get things in the mail and it's like.
Well, I don't know what his interest rate is. I don't know what he'd qualify. This isn't his conversation.
Well, I mean, as far as like for my car, because you thought or you said about like.
You could as well. Again, I don't know with your credit score.
Because my Credit Karma wasn't as bad.
You can use a broker. Even on Credit Karma, it would be like look for car loans on them because they have like an approval guarantee type thing. And if you don't get approved, they give you a couple $100 or something. I don't remember. Okay. But like they'll at least have those loans. They're not going to be the best. But at least gets you guys separated, which you need to do. Yeah. Because you're not financially together anymore. But definitely use that $6,000 extra. Yeah. So $2,000 high yield savings. Thank you. $2,000 pay for.
Hold on, I gotta say thank you for telling me these things because that's what I needed to hear. That this is my own. Like I can handle my debt. Not.
Oh, dude, you got this. You're gonna kick this. You buckle down. You follow the budget we put on screen. You follow that budget. Go and get even more money, dude. You're done in a year. And then call it another 4 months, 5 months to get a fully funded emergency fund. Yeah. You got this. You can kill it. It is your choice from here, though. Yeah. What I need you to stop doing, saying this happened in the past, this is happening. No. Not, again, excuse is not the right word, and I can't think of the right word for it because that's not necessarily what you're doing. But holding on, letting things weigh you down. We're not doing that anymore. We're taking control of our future, and you are kicking ass. You're going to have an amazing rest of your life. Yeah, sorry. It's okay.
It's a lonely path, and that's what's been really hard because it's like I knew all
these... Well, depending. You have your best friend.
I do, but she has 3 kids, and she's busy, and she's
busy. Everyone's busy, but there's a lot of life to be lived. Things change all the time. You might find the one who is going to be a good father figure. Life does not have to be alone going forward. That's not a guarantee. You're locking yourself in a box saying this is what it's going to be forever. Yeah. Don't lock yourself in a box. Life is going to be ever-changing. So I think you do have this. You just need to lock down and actually do it. You need to stop around with your spending. You spent way too an insane amount of money. Yeah. You cut that back and you actually have this. So. And
that's what I'm like. I don't feel like it's not possible, and I'm not. Yeah. I don't have to die on the Walmart floor.
You do not.
So, but thank you.
I know you wanted to finish with a quote.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, just one more thing. Sure. Just because I want you to know, just after the fully funded emergency fund, from there.
Okay, wait, hold up. Tell me what you were saying again, real quick. So, you want me to basically put my Americo money and pay off my debts, or you said 2,000. Is
that your grandma?
It's in my name.
Yes,
but it's like in
the 10,000.
It's okay. Still sitting.
You pay for the water heater. You put $2,000 aside just to be safe. Okay. And then the rest goes immediately towards the smallest debts you can. Okay. And then the rest is aggressively paying off as quick as you can, following my minimum budget. Work extra job, pay it off quicker if you can. Save up a fully 6-month emergency fund after that.
You're talking too fast. 2,000. So this 2,000 would basically be like my mini emergency fund, or this one? Yes. Okay.
Now, what I wanted to talk about from there. you're going to need to start playing catch up on retirement. So again, this is a year and a half down the road. 25% on a minimum monthly basis needs to go towards retirement.
So as far as like put it in my 401k or should...
If there's a 401k option, take it, you know. Roth IRA is great. If you have extra money, you can throw it in a brokerage. You can do something. I've been using Vora recently. They have like a 1% match. It's great. So there's a lot of different options you can do. Definitely take advantage of the tax advantage accounts first, which is like Roth IRA. That's a conversation we'll have.
I was about to say
this because this is too much for now. But all I wanted to say is from there, just for people in the audience, 25% to retirement, maximum 50% on needs. Yours is going to be a lot less because you won't have debts and you, including a house. I mean, that's incredible. So the rest can be fun. And you can actually have a really fun, great life.
Thank you.
Go ahead and finish with your quote.
Sure. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at best knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt.
Mr. Papa T. When it comes to her financial score, that $10,000 in her paid for home is going to pull a lot away, but spending in a budget, 0 out of 10, obviously, that was crazy. The debt, if you're in collections, 0 out of 10. Emergency fund, 7 out of 10, she's almost there because of that $10,000. Retirement, basically nothing, couple bucks in there, so I'll give it a 1 out of 10. And the paid for house, that's awesome. It's very, very, very good. So a 7 out of 10 there. That's going to bring her to a Hammer financial score of 3 out of 10. Don't forget to check out the resources linked in the description below. They are what I use or would use in specific situations. Thanks to all of our Patreon producers for making this episode possible. If you want to participate in an episode of Financial Audit and you're able to make it to Austin, Texas, please fill out an application in the survey linked in the description below. You can also send a link to your friends or family who you think might be good to be on the show. If you have any questions, you can email casting@calebhammer.com.